Something was wrong. The other side of the bed was cold. Kaori?
No answer. The bedside clock glared 3:02 a.m. Then a soft click, the front door opening, then closing. She was gone again. He stumbled to the window, pushing the curtain aside. Her car's red taillights shrank into the dark street, swallowed by the night. Before sunrise, she crept back into bed, her hair cold. The sharp scent of antiseptic filled the room.
Kaori, every night this week. Where do you go?
It's nothing. I just need air. I go for a drive.
A drive that leaves you smelling like a surgical ward? Number. Something's not right.
The following night, the same, and the night after. At 3 a.m., like a ghost, she slipped away. Each dawn, she returned with that sterile clinical smell and an excuse so thin it was an insult.
I had to know. Whatever secret she was hiding, I would uncover it.
The next morning, Kaori left for work, her beige trench coat hanging in the closet. Takashi didn't hesitate.
If you are hiding something, I'll find it. Every pocket, every seam.
A crumpled receipt. Hotel Ryozan, 40 kilometers away. The date stamped 3 nights ago.
40 kilometers. She said she was just driving around. This is no coincidence.
That evening, he waited in the living room, the receipt in his hand. The moment Kaori stepped through the door, he stood.
We need to talk, now.
What is that? Where did you get that?
Your coat. The one you wear when you disappear at 3 a.m. Don't lie to me, Kaori. Are you seeing someone?
It's not an affair, I swear. Please, just trust me.
Trust you? With the smell of antiseptic and a hotel receipt, you are asking the impossible.
After the argument, cold silence filled the apartment. Kaori retreated to the bedroom. Takashi stayed, staring at the wall.
She's lying. I know it. But words aren't enough. I need proof.
Later, while she slept, he took her phone. He scrolled for hours. No suspicious messages, no calls at odd hours. Clean.
She could have deleted everything. Or maybe, she's smarter than I thought.
Sleep became impossible. Every night at 3 a.m., he lay rigid, listening to her breathing, waiting for the rustle of sheets. The antiseptic smell clung to her pillow. The hotel receipt burned in his wallet. He couldn't ignore it anymore.
I can't keep doing this. I have to see where she goes. I have to know.
The next afternoon, he set his plan. He would stay awake, wait by the window, and follow her the moment she left. He gassed up the car, parked it on the street, and set an alarm for 2:45 a.m. Tonight, the hiding would end.
Tonight, the truth. No more lies. Whatever she's hiding, I'll see it for myself.
The alarm pulsed at 2:45 a.m. Takashi was already awake, dressed and watching the bedroom door. Kaori slipped out in her beige coat, keys in hand. He let her get ahead, then followed on foot. He started the car, lights off, and rolled slowly after her taillights. The streets were empty tunnels.
This is crazy. I am tailing my own wife like a detective in some movie.
She drove 40 minutes past the city limits into a district of old apartments. He nearly lost her twice. She stopped in front of a tired building, its face cracked and dark. He pulled over a block back. She walked straight to the ground floor apartment, and without hesitating, unlocked the door with her own key.
Her own key? This isn't a motel. Then what is it?
The door clicked shut. He sat in the cold car, staring at that window for 3 hours.
I am not leaving until I see your face.
The first hint of gray light bled into the sky. Takashi couldn't wait any longer. He crept to the side window. Through the grimy pane, he saw a cramped room, a hospital bed, IV bags, and Kaori in her trench coat, leaning over someone.
A hospital bed? No, this isn't. It's not what I thought.
She moved with tenderness, adjusting a tube, wiping a wrinkled forehead. Her face was heavy with care, not guilt.
Kaori.
She's not hiding a lover. She's hiding this. But who is he?
She smoothed the blanket, murmured something he couldn't hear. The old man's eyes flickered open, then closed. His breath fogged the glass. If she looked up, she'd see him. He stumbled back into the shadows. In the car, his hands trembled on the wheel. She hadn't betrayed him, but she hadn't told him the truth either.
That man in the bed. I don't recognize him. But I will.
He dumped the old family albums onto the living room floor and flipped through years of forgotten memories. A wedding photo, his mother young and bright, a man with dark hair and a grin that could have been Takashi's own.
The man in the apartment was ancient, nothing like this young groom. No connection at all, but something pulled at him, a magnet buried under years of lies.
When Kaori came home, reeking of antiseptic, he asked her point blank,
Just helping a friend who's been sick. A promise I made.
That friend again. She won't crack, but I won't stop.
He dialed his mother, demanding to know about his father. She stammered, her voice cracking. She repeated the same tale. A sudden illness, a quick funeral. But when he pressed, she fell silent.
Silence. That's not grief. That's guilt. He's alive. I know it.
The silence on the phone wasn't enough. Takashi needed to see her face. He drove to his mother's house that same day. She stammered that he had been sick, that he passed away. Then, under her breath, he left us. I couldn't bear to tell you.
He left. Not dead. Abandoned. And she buried it for 27 years.
The next morning, Takashi walked into the family registry office. A clerk handed him the records with a blank look. Line by line, he scanned the paper, birth, marriage, children, and then the section for date of death. The box was empty. No date, no stamp, just a dash, as if waiting to be filled.
This is proof. My father didn't die. He disappeared. And Kaori knows where he is.
The lie his mother built had just collapsed, and the old man's face burned in his mind.
No more lies, Mother. I have proof. Tell me everything.
She crumbled, sobbing, confessing the years of shame. His father was a broken man, an alcoholic who abandoned them. She thought it kinder to say he died.
He abandoned us, and you let me believe he was dead.
He pulled the wedding photo from his pocket. Then the image in his mind, the old man's sunken eyes, the same jawline.
It can't be, but it has to be. That man is my father.
Suddenly, the pieces fell into place. The antiseptic, the hotel receipts, the 3 a.m. trips. Kaori wasn't hiding a lover. She was hiding the father he thought he'd lost.
All this time she was caring for him, for my father.
He didn't wait another minute. He grabbed his keys and headed for the door.
I have to see him. Now.
The truth was waiting in that run-down apartment, and he was done running from it. He didn't remember the drive, the road, the turns, all a blur of streetlights and fury. Now he stood before the same sagging building, the same amber lamp buzzing. He pushed open the heavy door and crept inside. The air was thick with antiseptic and loneliness. Kaori's coat was nowhere. She had stepped out. The room was smaller than he remembered from outside. A hospital bed, an IV stand, a single lamp. The old man's eyes were open, staring at nothing, then slowly fixed on Takashi.
Kaori, you came back early?
I spent my whole life believing you were dead, and here you are, breathing. What's your name? I need to hear it from you.
Hiroshi. My name is Hiroshi.
Hiroshi. I am Takashi. Your son. I am the son you left behind.
For a moment, nothing. Then, the old man's hand came up, trembling. Taka. He wheezed, tears spilling. The click of a key in the lock froze them both. Kaori's shadow appeared through the frosted glass. The door swung open. Kaori's hand flew to her mouth, the grocery bag slipping from her fingers. She saw Takashi by the bed, saw her husband and his father in the same room, and turned white.
Takashi, I can explain. It's not what you think.
You followed him? You hid my father from me for 2 years?
She crumbled, sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. Between gasps, she told him everything. The family registry search, the park bench where she found him, the shame she carried.
I was planning our wedding when I found him. He was sick, alone, dying. I couldn't decide if telling you would heal you or destroy you. Every night I came here, terrified you'd find out.
Takashi remembered the hotel receipts. Those weren't from trysts. They were the nights she couldn't come home, when the guilt ate her alive, when she sat in a lobby crying,
I love you. I was trying to protect you from the pain I couldn't stop imagining.
You don't get to decide what I can handle. Not with my own father.
He walked out without looking back, leaving her on the floor. The old man's gentle sobs, the only sound. The engine roared to life. He didn't know where he was going, only that every truth he had ever known had been a lie. He drove straight to his mother's house. Fury and grief tangled in his chest. He slammed the door open, finding her in the living room. The family registry was still on the table.
You told me he was dead. I saw him tonight. He's alive.
She crumbled, tears streaming down her aged face. The full truth poured out. He was a broken man who left us. I said he died because I didn't know how to explain abandonment.
Abandonment. Not death. I grew up with a ghost instead of a man.
She had no answer. She just cried into her hands, the weight of 3 decades pressing down.
And Kaori carried this alone, night after night. She protected me from a pain I never even knew was there.
He left the house, the silence worse than any argument. His car idled in the darkness.
That man is dying, my father. If I walk away now, I lose him forever.
3 days passed. Takashi barely slept, barely ate. The apartment felt like a mausoleum. The image of his father's trembling hand wouldn't leave him. The word Taka, she a ghost in his mind.
I keep saying he abandoned me, but I abandoned him too, without even knowing he existed.
On the 4th night, he got into the car. He didn't plan the route. His hands knew the way. He parked outside the crumbling building. Under the buzzing amber lamp, Kaori sat on the concrete steps, head in her hands.
Takashi, I didn't know if you'd ever come back.
I can't let him die alone. He's the only father I have, even if I never knew him.
Kaori stepped aside, her own tears unspoken. The heavy door swung open, releasing a wave of antiseptic and the low beep of a monitor.
This doesn't mean I forgive you, but I won't let hate be the last thing he sees.
The old man's eyes fluttered open as they entered. For the first time in decades, a father looked upon his son and held on. Takashi pulled a worn stool to the bedside and sat, the weight of decades between them.
Why did you leave? Why did you let me believe you were dead?
I lost my job. The drinking. Shame swallowed me whole. I thought you'd be better off without me. I watched from afar. Your first day of school, your graduation. But I couldn't find the courage to come back.
Each confession struck like a blow. Not a monster, just a man who broke and couldn't piece himself back together.
I never stopped carrying you in my heart. Every day I wanted to come back.
Takashi's hand found his father's, cold and thin. He held it without a word, the anger dissolving into something he didn't recognize.
I'll leave you two alone.
He's dying, and I finally see him. Maybe the anger can wait.
The room fell quiet, save for the beeping monitor. A door had cracked open, and for the first time, the silence felt like a beginning, night after night. Takashi returned. Sometimes with food, sometimes with food, sometimes with just his presence. The antiseptic no longer repelled him. It meant she was there. They settled into a routine. Kaori adjusting medications. Takashi reading aloud from an old novel. For the first time, The room felt less like a sick room.
Takashi in the drawer. My locket.
Inside was a tarnished silver locket, its surface worn smooth from decades of anxious fingers.
Open it.
Inside was a tiny photo, a black-haired boy of maybe 4, grinning with a missing front tooth. Takashi's breath caught.
He kept this for 30 years. All those years, he held on.
Your first day of school, you tripped and scraped your knee. You didn't cry. You were so brave.
I don't remember that, but he does. He remembers things my own mother never spoke of.
They stayed until the early hours, stitching together a patchwork of lost years, one memory, one locket, one quiet laugh at a time. The decline came without warning. Hiroshi stopped eating, his body turning inward for the final fight. The doctor spoke in hushed tones. 2 weeks, perhaps less. Comfort was all that remained.
2 weeks? I barely know him. How can I let him go so soon?
He pulled the stool closer and took his father's hand. It was cool, fragile, a whisper of a pulse.
I am here, Dad. I'm not going anywhere. Just keep fighting a little longer.
Kaori handled the logistics, calls to the agency, supplies, and night shift nurse. But in the hallway, she crumbled.
I did everything I could, but it's still not enough.
This isn't fair. I get 1 locket and 2 good weeks, and then nothing.
The vigil stretched on. Days blurred into a haze of antiseptic and the beeping monitor.
Every hour might be the last. I won't waste one. I can't.
The monitor's beeping slowed. Hiroshi's eyelids fluttered, then opened, clear and lucid for the first time in days.
Takashi, I am sorry. I love you. I am proud of you.
I forgive you, Dad. I forgive you.
A fragile smile crossed Hiroshi's face. His hand, so long tense, went limp. The monitor's beep stretched into a single endless tone. Kaori's sob cut through the silence. She moved to Kakashi's side, but he didn't let go of his father's hand.
It's over. No more pain. I gotta say goodbye.
He carefully laid his father's hand on the blanket, then turned and pulled Kaori into his arms. They stood like that, holding each other for a long time.
I am so sorry. I should have told you sooner.
You gave me 11 weeks with my dad. That's more than I ever thought I'd have. Thank you.
The first hint of dawn crept through the grimy window, falling on the locket still resting on the nightstand. The funeral was small, a priest, a few neighbors, the casket simple and unadorned. Takashi stood beside Kaori, the locket in his palm. Before they closed the casket, Takashi stepped forward and placed a photo inside, a young boy missing a front tooth, grinning at a man who used to be his world.
He wasn't perfect. He made choices that hurt us. But for 11 weeks, he tried. He was my father. And I am grateful for every moment, and I need to thank the person who made those weeks possible. Kaori stood by him when no one else could. She stood by me when I couldn't see the truth.
Kaori squeezed his arm, her own tears silent. The priest chanted, and the casket was lowered into the earth. Afterward, the guests drifted away. Takashi and Kaori remained at the graveside, the freshly turned soil marking the end of a secret.
I wish I could have known him longer. But what we had, it was enough to change me.
I'll bring his favorite flowers next week. Maybe some tea. Just to sit a while.
They walked back to the car, hand in hand, the weight of the past weeks finally settling. It wasn't closure, but it was a beginning. Back home, they sat in silence, not needing words. The apartment felt different, emptier, but also free of secrets. Weeks after the funeral, a quiet distance settled between them. Kaori flinched when he entered a room, and he didn't know how to bridge it. One night, he found her in the kitchen, shoulders shaking, silent tears falling into the sink.
Kaori, talk to me, please.
I am so afraid you'll never forgive me. That every time you look at me, you'll see the lie.
He knelt, taking her hands. The anger he'd carried for weeks crumbled.
I was angry, yes. But I also saw you, exhausted, going to him every night. You loved a dying man who had nothing to give. You loved me even when I pushed you away. How could I hold on to anger after that? You gave me back a father.
I should have told you. I was so scared of losing you.
No more secrets, ever. Not even the hard ones. Promise me.
They held each other until the tears stopped. And finally, their home felt like a home again. A month after their promise, Takashi walked the cemetery path alone, carrying white flowers and a letter. He knelt before the stone, tracing the name Hiroshi with his thumb.
Dad, I wish we had more time, but those 11 weeks taught me what a lifetime without you never could.
He placed the letter under a small stone, anchoring his words to the earth. Driving back, he passed the old apartment building. A for rent sign hung in the window. The room where his father had lain was empty now.
That chapter is closed, but he'll always be with me.
The afternoon sun filtered through the windshield, warm on his face. The weight he'd carried for months had lightened.
I'll tell Carrie about the letter. She'll understand.
He smiled, a real smile. For the first time in longer than he could remember, the road home was familiar, and for once, the silence didn't hurt. The months that followed were quiet but full. Shared meals, laughter no longer forced, trust rebuilt one day at a time.
Takashi, I've been thinking about starting a family. I was afraid to say it, after everything.
A family. I've thought about it too. Dad would have wanted that. He'd want us to be happy.
He pulled out the locket he now wore, always, and opened it. Inside, the old photo of a boy was no longer alone. Beside the grinning child, a snapshot of 3 people, Takashi, Kaori, and Hiroshi, taken during those weeks. A past and a future, together.
You put us together, the past and the future.
He would have loved being a grandfather. I'll make sure his story lives on with our children.
Kaori reached across the table and held his hand, the locket resting between their fingers. He leaned across and kissed her, softly, sealing a promise deeper than words. They had scars, yes, but scars are proof of healing, and they were ready for whatever came next. A full year had passed. Under a canopy of cherry blossoms, Takashi and Kaori walked, a stroller between them. The baby cooed as Kaori pointed to a bird flitting through the branches, his tiny laugh ringing out.
Look, sweetheart, a swallow. He'll be off to far places soon.
You know, if you hadn't followed him, I would still believe he was dead. I would never have had any of this.
I didn't follow him. I followed my heart. And it brought me home.
A breeze swept through the trees, scattering petals like confetti over their small family. They paused at a bench, the locket warm against Takashi's chest. 2 photos, 2 generations, 1 unbroken line.
He would have loved this day.
He still can. Through us. And through him.
The camera pulls back, the family a small part of the blooming park, the world continuing in quiet harmony. The locket rested on the mantel, its clasp still warm from the day's touch. The old apartment building had been reborn. A sign reading Community Health Clinic hung where Kaori once stood in shadows. At the grave, cherry petals lay scattered, carried by a wind that seemed to remember the park. In their bedroom, the baby monitor cast a soft blue glow, its gentle hum a lullaby. Takashi's hand rested near Kaori's, their breathing synchronized, the lines of worry gone. Inside the locket, 2 worlds existed together, a grinning boy and a family of 3 outside. The cherry blossoms fell silently, blanketing the path where they had walked, a whisper of a promise, carried on the wind, that love endures beyond loss. Sometimes the hardest secrets are the ones that save us, and in the quiet, the world whispered back, "You are home."